So welcome back, everyone. We're live on Facebook, so I do want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show later on. You know, my next guest, I even have questions, and everybody's wondering, you know, we're talking a lot about Medicare right now. We're not talking Medicare. We're going to talk about health care in a different sense. I have with me Ian Higby, and he is the owner of Higby Health Insurance. I want you to tell everybody, you know, what you wanted to talk about today. Like, we started talking and you said, Carol, we got to talk about this. So welcome back to the show, and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what we're going to talk about.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here again, Carol.
Thank you.
So in general, right now we are in the government market, open enrollment. You will never have more opportunities to find a healthcare product than you will right now. Open enrollment runs November 1 through January 15. The government market has new products available. There's been a lot of talk about the overall government market, and so I'm here to just kind of help people find a solid product moving into calendar year 2026.
So let's talk about this. Health insurance for healthy people.
Absolutely. So a lot of people have kind of forgotten that there is a private market. Private market specializes in granting subsidies and or discounts based upon your good health, where the government market oftentimes is going to grant you a benefit and discount based upon your overall income. So there are different markets that are going to offer different benefits depending upon what your individual needs are. And that's Higby Health. That's what we kind of try to do, is speak with you, have a best understanding of what your wants and needs are, and provide a good product for you.
So, like, I was talking to you about my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going to bring this up because I'm sure there's other people in the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
She has a relatively new job, but she's getting health care from them. But guess what? It's very expensive. And I asked you, I said, well, what should she do? And what did you say?
Well, there's a private market
Exactly.
that's specifically health-based.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah, and
So-
especially for young individuals, that's going to generally grant you the best overall benefits and discounts. Now, to be fair, I am, if anything, a very fair person. Generally speaking, employer products are very, very strong. So I would always want to do what's called a policy review with your daughter. Let's go over, let's see what benefits she has, let's see where her deductibles are, let's see where her actual out-of-pocket costs are, and ensure that whatever product we put her in, if I get the chance to work with her, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, then we would actually find a product that's going to improve her position.
Right. Now, this is a free service that you offer. It is something that where you get paid by the carriers, the different carriers, correct?
That's exactly correct.
Right.
I represent a multitude of different insurance products, and so I'm actually, again, offering free consultations, because it doesn't matter specifically what product my clients choose. What really matters is that they choose a good product and keep it.
And understand what they're paying for. I think that's really important
100%.
too. And this is a free review. If you are listening right now and you're thinking, God, you know, I feel the same way, call them and have that free review. That phone number is 602-670-3395. And you can check him out on his website, which is HigbyHealthInsurance.com. Okay, full coverage versus limited benefit products.
So just depending upon what you're in the market for. There are things called limited benefit products. I do caution people heavily. Limited benefit is exactly what it states in its overall name and or title. There are limits to the overall benefits. These are not full coverage options, but they can be fantastic as far as their overall price point and depending upon your individual need. So we can drive a great price point or a competitive price point, if you will. It's going to cover doctor's visits, fantastic, day to day. It'll also cover your basic pharmaceuticals. But again, if you're looking for a full coverage option, a limited benefit product will not be the right product for you. So just be cautious when you're shopping to know what you're getting.
I personally think it's great to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing, and you certainly do.
I do my best.
You really do, and I mean, you knew right away what to say, and talk to me a little bit about it so that I would understand it too, and that's important. 602-670-3395. It is a free service to you. Get that free review. It just makes sense to do. Employer options.
Well, that's kind of what we were talking about with your daughter.
Right.
I mean, employer options are generally speaking very, very strong. And, you know, like what you were just kind of mentioning a moment ago, Carol, having that conversation, actually being able to talk to a real life person and have a dialogue about what your wants and needs are. That's really the service that we try to provide as consultants, advisors, brokers, agents, is exactly that. There are an abundance of different options. There is an abundance of different, you know, this is and that's, especially on the internet. You never know exactly which is on the up and up. So give us a call, have a
Absolutely.
consultation, we could do a policy review, and again, do our best to put you in a very strong position.
So it's called a policy review, and his phone number is 602-670-3395. Again, I want to go into some of these other questions that you have here. Definition of health insurance.
So
That's a
this
good
one is always one, because you know what, again, when you're healthy, you're healthy. Why are we paying for such an expensive product that we never use?
Yeah.
We're healthy, we barely see the doctors.
Mm-hmm.
What you're investing in an insurance product is the future. This is a product that you want to have for when you need it.
You never know.
That's exactly it. I tell all my clients, no one ever plans for an accident. The definition of insurance is to insure future risk. You don't know when it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So just ensuring that you have an appropriate product that is going to not only be affordable, but is going to be supportive for your wants, needs into the future.
And a lot of people are going to try and do this on their own,
Mhm.
but and maybe you can, but
can.
you're not. You may not know what he knows, and you agree with that?
Absolutely. The
Mhm.
devil's always in the details, guys. And advisors, brokers, what we do, and it's a little nerdy, so we read policies.
Mhm.
That's our specialty, is we actually go through, we know what the fine print is, we know where the little details are that you want to be aware of so that you're ensuring that you're protected.
His phone number again is 602-670-3395. His website is Higby Health Insurance. .com. So we were talking already a little bit about government market versus private market options. Private market, I want to repeat that again for people who, like you said, they forgot about it.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's important for you to realize that that is still there as an option. Split policies.
So just depending upon your scenario, and this is also going to be touching back upon employer options. So generally speaking, with an employer option, they're very generous to their employees. Not so much when it comes to spouse and dependents. So there may be a differential rate, i.e. an increased cost, to cover your spouse and dependent on your employer option. Oftentimes we can find a best solution by leaving the employee on the fantastic employer policy and taking the spouse and dependents and putting them on a private market or just a different product in general. So there's lots of options that a lot of people just aren't generally aware about, or aware of rather, that we can, find potential savings for our families.
How about this one? Accident and critical illness riders.
So in my humble opinion, accident injury policies as well as critical illness policies are your strongest insurance products available. Accident injury is exactly what it sounds like. It's almost like it's akin to an Aflac. That's the common name, everybody knows the duck. So you can have an accident policy that you attach to your basic medical policy. They're generally speaking incredibly affordable, and they would cover your max out of pockets and your major deductibles on a higher deductible option. So you can carry multiple products to ensure you're overall cared for, depending upon, again, your specific scenario. I want to kind of, harp on that. Yeah.
It's kind of layering it. And that's another thing that people don't know that you can do.
Absolutely.
Right? And again, I want to talk about people that don't have accident insurance and this. I just have to say this. I've seen it happen time and time again where you don't get it because you're cutting costs. Everybody just wants it to be the lowest possible, but really you're shooting yourself in the foot, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely. Again, his phone number to call direct is 602-670-3395. This is a free service to you out there. I mean, it really just makes sense to talk to somebody who is educated on it, knows how to read the policies, knows what the little things to look for that either you need or not need. Right?
That's correct, Carol.
Now, you can also check him out on his website, which is HigbyHealthInsurance.com. I want to reiterate what's going on again right now with, open enrollment, which I want you to know most people think of open enrollment for the seniors out there. And this is for anyone. I want you to say that again.
Absolutely. This is for anybody between the ages, 18 to 64 and a half. This is everybody in the middle.
Right.
So you have your overall health care products for your health.
So it's not just senior citizen.
That's correct.
It's everybody's season.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so policy reviews. Let's go ahead and tell them about how important that is and what you do when they sit down and work with you.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, we've kind of touched on this a little bit throughout our conversation is let's see where you're at, what benefits you need, don't need, if there is more flexible and or affordable options. And that's a part of what we do during our free consultation. It's just get a better understanding of what you're looking for.
Now, when you work with people, do you work valley-wide?
I'm actually licensed in 13 states.
So 13
I'm Arizona-based.
Okay. And the other thing, he talks fast. So I want to ask you about when you say that you work with people in 13 states. Because of the internet now, because everybody can do it with Zoom, and how do you usually work over the phone or in person, or how do you work with people?
Well, that's a great question, Carol. Thanks for asking. Generally speaking, we're going to want to do just an initial, hi, how are ya? Get to know each other, get an understanding of what your wants, needs are. And then I would get to work. We would find a couple of policy options for you. We would reconvene at some future point, or if we have the time, we would actually engage in, yes, exactly a Zoom call or a screen share where we can go over the policies together, talk about the pros and cons of different options, and cross our fingers of hopefully settle on something that you're confident and comfortable with.
If you don't have health insurance, give them a call. If you do have health insurance and you feel like it's a little high, give them a call. If you have questions, give them a call. What are your final words? Don't repeat what I said, that's not fair.
As you said, give me a call. That would be the final word. It doesn't really matter. This is the time, again, kind of what we led with. There's more insurance options available today than there will be for the rest of the year.
He will help you in 13 states and all of valley-wide here. You can call him at his 602-670-3395. Get a policy review. It's free to you, and you're going to be glad that you did. It's HigbyHealthInsurance.com.